Hey guys, welcome back to another tech tip. In today's video, I show you how to set up multiple screens. Check it out. First off, if you are new to this channel, welcome. We do a lot of how-tos, tutorials, a lot of tech work, a lot of computer talk, geeky stuff like that. If you name it, we've probably got it on here. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to receive future notifications. Let's get into the video. So the first step of getting your multi-monitor screen set up is, of course, you'll want to make sure that they are plugged into the back of the computer, whether you're using a graphics card or you're using the onboard graphics that comes with the processor. You'll want to plug each monitor into its own specific port. You may have a different variation of whether it's a VGA cable, a DVI cable, a display port cable, and you can go ahead and check out that video over there in the top right-hand corner. That kind of go over what different types of cables there are. But once you've got those plugged in, a lot of the times the onboard graphics or the graphics that is powered by the processor will usually only support up to 2 monitors, with the exception of a few higher end processors may allow you to use 3. But if you do have a graphics card, chances are you're able to even have 3 or even 4, depending on the age of the graphics card as well. So in this case, I do have a graphics card. I do have them plugged in the back there, and I do have a triple screen setup. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to set those up. If you have a graphics card, you'll want to go in and find out what the manufacturer, what the make and model is, to download the proper drivers. I have those installed with the NVIDIA card here, and then I'm going to show you how to go into the actual display settings and kind of move them around the way you want them. So the first thing that you'll want to do is right click anywhere on an empty desktop space. So I'm just going to right click anywhere here in the middle, and then I'm going to come on down to display settings. Go ahead and left click on that. It's very similar if you're on Windows 7 or Windows Vista. Right click, go down to display settings or display resolution. It could be slightly worded differently. This is for Windows 8 and up. So right click, go to display settings. As you can see here, I now have all 3 screens that are being detected. And if you don't know which ones are which, you can always hit identify. And what that will do is it will show you what the computer, it'll give the each monitor their own identification. And when you click identify, it'll show you which one's which. So in this case, 3 is my main, 1 is on my right, and then 2 is on my left. And of course, you can move these around any way you want them. So if you have like a screen, so you have the 2 screens right here, and then you have 1 in the middle on the top, you can go ahead and adjust that. That way when you go up, it'll actually go up to that 3rd screen. So you can, like I said, you can move these around to the way that you have your screen set up, and that'll make it to where when you move your mouse to either the edges or the top, it'll move on to that next screen. The next thing you can do is if you have slightly different monitors, you can do your best to change the size or text apps to make all of the text and everything like that the same, either the same size or the same look. And by doing that, you can click on the monitor you want, whether it's 1, 2, or 3, or however many monitors you have, and then you can adjust the slider, and that will allow you to adjust the size of any apps and other items to make the screens look very similar. Once again, if you have some of the newer monitors or even some of the older, nicer ones, you can actually select the orientation. You can change this from landscape to portrait. You can flip them around. Just depends on what you have. So if you have the one main horizontal and you have the left and the right one is vertical, you can then go in here and select portrait or landscape and flip those so everything is displayed properly. Another thing is you can change what one you want to have as your main. You can duplicate, so if you're like doing like a PowerPoint or a projection, you can duplicate. We'll say the projection screen is number 2. You can have number 2 duplicate what you have on your 3rd one or your number 1. It just depends on what setup you have, and you can adjust it that way. And then of course you can always disconnect it as well. So in this case, you can see that 3 is my main monitor. That's the middle one, and you can see the checkbox right here that says "Make this my main display." What that means is typically you'll have all of your task, your system tray, programs, and your start menu, and all of those good things on that specific monitor. So if I were to click on number 2 and click Make this main display and click Apply, it'll then make my number 2 monitor my main display, which will have, like, again, all my system tray monitors or my programs, everything over there on the left-hand side. So I'm going to go ahead and change that back to number 3. Click Apply again. And then I'm also going to show you the advanced display settings right here. This allows you to go in and actually adjust each one of the monitors manually as far as resolution, color correction, management. You can do a bunch of things, again, to make all of your monitors look the same or as close as possible, because if you are using different monitors, chances are you're going to have different vibrance, you're going to have different size text, If they are the same resolution, you usually can get them pretty close, but if they are different resolutions, then you'll have to go through and kind of do a little bit of advanced to get them to match correctly. But you can click on this little select down here and change the resolution as you need to. Of course, all of these are 1080p, so they're all pretty close, and they're all the same monitor, so all of the colors and everything like that are close as well. So that's just a quick tutorial on how to set up all your multiple displays. Again, click the top right hand corner and we'll show you that cable manage or not the cable management, but the video for how to do the cables or what type of cables there are, and you can go from there. Just like always, thanks for watching that tech tip. Hope you learned something today. If you liked it, thumbs up. If you hated it, thumbs down. Leave any kind of comment or feedback in the comment section below the video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe. We will see you next time.